Hello and welcome to La Cinémathèque. Today I will introduce once again our new series starting in February 5th, covering four of the main European directors. Bergman, that I will talk a little bit longer today about it because it's our first film, following by Tarkovsky, Wim Wenders and Kieślowski. These are the four films that the Cinémathèque will show in this new film series. Let me tell you a little bit about Bergman. Bergman is born in July 14, 1918, so he's really at the beginning of what cinema is, and he will die in 2007. So he covered most of his life with play and film. He died in a Faroe Island, but he is like the Swedish director, known as the most influential figure in film and theater in the 20th century. So we're talking about this humongous creativity and non-stop working. He had too in his private life more than 9 children, and he made in his lifetime, which is really kind of unusual, beside maybe Jean-Luc Godard, 60 films and more than 170 theater productions. Grew up in a very, very difficult family with a Protestant father who was a minister, and he was really abusive. He goes to be a theater director with the Royal Swedish Theater, who is very well known, obviously, in Sweden, and starts filming with theater actors during summer break, and becomes to be what this great innovator of filmmaker. The main important things of his films are, if you know them, is 1956 and 1957, The Seventh Seal, following by Wild Strawberries, were the two films of the 50s, where he goes through a lot of question about existential question, it's what is well known. And in 1961, another very great film, Through the Glass Darkly, Winterlight, 1963, and these are like another very big one, very well-known, Persona, 1966, that he shot in Faroe Island, where he really re-question himself and find himself to just go in another way of exposing the human condition. The film we're going to watch is Cries and Whisper, 1972, and there is his maturity. Cries and Whisper is a maturity of his job, even so going through all difficult financial problem. He's going to ask the actors, who are various actors who worked with him most of his life, to just really don't take any money for this film, and he makes this film, who is like one of the great film of his career. He will continue after, up to 1982 with Fanny Alexander and Saban, but Cries and Whisper for everyone, it's like a ticket or like a stand for like a maturity. The actors who are with this, who I will be with all the time, Liv Ullmann, who was too connected with him romantically, Bibi Andersson, Ingrid Thulin, and of course like Erland Josephson that we see in most of the film. This film, when we talk about Cries and Whisper, this Bergman in this vision of humanity and the death, suffering, is the best at his best. And of course, you will see the color used by one of the greatest director of photography worked with Bergman, and as he was nominated for Best Cinematographer of this film, it's Sven Nykvist, that, everybody who does any kind of study of cinema know him. So here we have in this film something who represents the maturity of a great filmmaker, and two, a vision of humanity with pushed to the extreme of what is death, what is love, what is suffering, where are we with all these questions, who are a typical Bergman question. So thank you again for coming, and I hope you enjoy, if we can enjoy this film, of one of the greatest directors of the 20th century. Thank you very much.